Hey seniors, if you guys want a 1-2 self-defense combo that's gonna save your life in any kind of dangerous situation, you wanna make sure you guys check this video out. What I'm gonna cover today is a combo that's gonna happen on the high line. What I mean is we're going to strike a person in the face with 2 moves that are gonna be very, very important. Now, this kind of combo comes from a situation that I taught one of my students who was leaving church one day. He started telling me the story and I was floored because came back from church, was in obviously a good mood, but stopped at a gas station. This person came up to him being very, very threatening, but was not engaging. This person had to think, what am I supposed to do right there? Am I supposed to engage? Am I supposed to hit this person? Should I back on off? The person really wasn't giving them a whole lot of space. You know, this person was pumping their gas. He was up against his car, so he couldn't move back. He was in this static position here, and he couldn't move back and escape the situation, which would ideally be my first choice. So in this combination, I want to teach you what to do when we're in that situation that we can't get out of. We can't move out of very quickly, but yet we're having somebody staying in front of us, being threatening, but once again, they're not necessarily attacking us. I like this combination because the first move here is a palm strike, and we're going to use the palm strike in a way where we blind the person temporarily, and we blind them not necessarily by attacking their eyes. We do so by getting our hand in their line of sight. I bring Casey right here. If I strike this person with a move right here, think about it. I'm taking away their sight without really even doing damage to their eyes, right? By striking them right here, I'm using my hands to cover their eyes, so they don't know the next move that's happening. So now if we put the pad right here, when we do the palm strike, keep your fingers open right here. There's 2 different ways that I really teach a palm strike. The first way is to keep your fingers extended, and the second way is to keep your fingers bent in like this. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna use the first variation of this is keeping our fingers out and extended just like this. So notice when I strike somebody, even if I'm hitting, let's say, their mouth or their nose, my fingers are blinding them temporarily, right? They're obviously getting struck in the face, so I can tell you what, their eyes are gonna be watering, right? Okay, their nose is gonna feel like it's gonna start bleeding and things like that, which is great. I want to physically blind them just for a second or two because of the next tool, and I'll get to that in a second. The palm strike that we want here is just done with the heel of our palm, and I'm striking up just like this. But notice I'm not moving around, and even more so, just like the student I was talking about before, they're backed up against the car, they're squared on off. We're not even in a bladed stance just like this, which I teach my students to do because you want to protect yourself, right? Okay, this person was squared off just like this. So now what do you do in this kind of situation? Well, I like this palm strike because it'd be a quick move, especially if we take it from a position where our hands are already being up. Think about it. We got somebody who's threatening in front of us. Maybe they're yelling and swearing at us. Seem like we're being scared. It's going to make this person feel a little bit more at ease as opposed to me barking back. Remember, if we can de-escalate the situation, this person can walk away without getting physical, man, that's a great day. But we have to prepare ourselves that things are going to get physical, and that's why I want your hands up right here. Yes, it seems submissive, but also in a very sneaky way, it gets our hands up closer to the target that we're striking right here. So notice when I do this, my hands are up and the strike is being done, boom, right here. It's a quick move. And I love teaching this to seniors because you don't need a whole lot of power to put on a lot of hurt on this person. Specifically when we do this, if I hit anywhere in this area, I'm gonna put a box, let's say, around his eyes all the way down to his mouth right here. Now, I could hit the chin just as well, but man, anywhere in this area right here is gonna be perfect. Not just for, once again, putting hurt on this person, also, like I said, for blinding this person temporarily. Now, why am I talking so much about this blinding, idea right here? Because if I can take this person's sight away from him, even for a time or two, for a second or two, a quick moment or two, it's allowing me a chance to follow up with a move that they don't know it's coming until it hits them, and that's what I want. But when we do this move, I'm striking here, and now this elbow's coming up as the secondary movement. I want to pop here and a pop right here. When we do the elbow, I'm coming right at this movement, right pop, just like this. Now, when we hit with the elbow, I want to ideally strike with the tip of the elbow. I don't want this to be like a forearm flipper kind of a thing. You know, you talk about the density of your forearm in the middle right here as opposed to the tip of your elbow. It's like night and day. This is so much more of a better striking surface right here. You hear so many more people breaking their arm than they do breaking their elbow, right? And that's one of the reasons why. So when we do that, this is our first move, but then our elbow is coming right over here. Notice that in this stationary kind of position, I'm not moving in. That's really what I want you guys to focus on. That's why I'm doing this whole video. I want to make sure that you guys can defend yourself from any kind of position. So if I'm being threatened, I can't move back. I'm here, my hands are up, strike right here, coming right here with the elbow. Notice how quick that happens, but also notice this other little detail. That palm strike, I want it to lag just a little bit longer than you think it should. When we usually strike with something, we strike and then we come right back immediately, right? Why? Well, because not only we want to protect, with our hand, but also I want that next move to come on in as quickly as possible. With this move, because the focus is on blinding our opponent very quickly, we want to make sure we leave that hand up just a little bit longer, and then as we take this hand back, that's when the elbow's coming on in. So if you take a look at the rhythm here, it's not like, 2 beats, 1 beat, another beat, or 1 1,000, 2 1,000, right? Okay? It's kind of almost like on a half beat right there with that lagging palm strike. So I'm going to stretch this out just a little bit more so you guys can see what I mean. It's here, here, lagging a little bit, hitting just like this. Notice it's not this, okay? This is not what to do, okay? All right? You don't want to do this. This is what you want to do. Lag it, okay? Have those fingers, blind them for a second, and bring in that power move. As we start tying up this move right here, I just want you guys to practice. First, practice getting the palm strike down. Make sure you guys get some good reps on that. If you don't have a pad right here, pick up a pillow or a cushion or something like that. Just something we can strike. If you have access to a heavy bag, obviously that's a great, kind of a tool right there. But we want to strike right here, okay? Do maybe, let's say, 2 dozen of those. Get comfortable with that. Then just do the elbow just by itself. But make sure we do the elbow, not stepping in, okay? I'm not moving on in. I'm just hitting, boom, right from here. Once you guys do a couple reps of that, then you start comboing them together. It's pop, 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 pop. Once you do that palm strike, that elbow's coming, they don't even see it coming, and that's where we get extra bang for our buck. Don't forget to check out the description. I got other videos, other programs that I want you to see, and definitely check out our Patreon page for some exclusive content.